to learn how to crochet step-by-step soles for baby slippers. We're going to see a total of 5 sizes from newborn, 3, 6, 9 and 12 months. I have a chart in the beginning of the video of how many stitches you need for each size, but I want you to stay with me until the end because I'm going to explain how to use the chart for every size, and by using the same increases we're going to crochet for all sizes. We are going to crochet for a size 9 months. In the video I'm going to take you step by step and I'm going to be explaining you the process so you can understand it better. So now let's see the material that we're going to use and how to start. The material that I'm going to use to crochet the sole, okay, the yarn that I'm using is Alize Baby Best, which is one of the best yarn to crochet kids and baby projects, and it is 3.53 ounces, 262 yards each skein. It is 90% acrylic and 10% bamboo. This is a light size 3 yarn, okay, or DK yarn, and I'm going to crochet with a 4mm crochet hook. Now, I have a chart in the beginning of the video, and please stay with me until the end because we are going to crochet for 9 months at this point in our video. But in the end of the video I'm going to explain how to use the chart for the other sizes as well. Okay, so let's start. So we are going to start with a foundation chain because it's going to be easier and it's going to look better in the end on our sole, because if we're only going to crochet a plain chain we're going to have big holes when we crochet around it. So we're going to crochet a foundation chain. So start with your beginning knot and chain 2, 1 and 2. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my hook in the second chain from the hook, so 1, 2, right here I'm going to put my crochet hook and I have 2 loops on my hook. Take the yarn, pull it through the first loop, take the yarn, pull it through the last 2 loops. So this is 1 stitch for my foundation chain, and for a 9-month-old I'm going to need a total of 11 stitches on my foundation chain. Now every time I want to start a new stitch I want to be putting my hook, let me bring a little bit closer, I want to be putting my hook right over here to grab those 2 loops, over here. Those 2 loops, what they are is when you take the yarn and pull it through the first loop, what you're really doing is you're creating a chain. So this is where you want to put your hook every time you want to start a new stitch. Okay, so we have already done our first stitch. Now put your hook right here on the side to grab those 2 loops. So take the yarn, pull it through the stitch, take yarn, pull through the first loop, take yarn, pull through the last 2 loops. So this is my second stitch. Okay, now go ahead right here on the side and put your hook and grab those 2 stitches. So grab those 2 loops, sorry. Grab the yarn, pull it through the stitch, take yarn, pull through the first loop, take yarn, pull through the last 2 loops. So this was my 3rd stitch. Okay, again here on the side, right over here. See how the hook goes just through and through, and I'm grabbing both loops over here. So take the yarn, pull it through the stitch, take the yarn through the first loop, take the yarn and take it through the last 2 loops. So far we have 1, 2, 3, 4 foundation stitches. Okay, so keep going. 5, 6, 7, stitch. Okay, so let's go ahead and count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to crochet around our foundation chain. And what I want to mention at this point is that when you start a project, it's better when you do it with your foundation chain, because see how it's kind of stretchable? Unlike with the regular chains that we do in the beginning of a project, they have no stretch to them. So this is a better way to start a project, okay? So what we're going to do now is I'm going to chain 2, 1, 2, and I'm going to turn my work this way. So now I want to explain that we have 11 chains, okay? 11 foundation chains. Now from those 11, the first one and the last one I'm going to use for my increases, and in the center I'm always going to have 9 stitches, okay? So this applies to all sizes depending on the number of foundation stitches that you have. The first and last stitch are going to be used for the increases, and then you're going to have your center stitches. So let's start. I have already worked 2 chains, and the 2 chains for this project, they will count as 1 half double crochet. So I have my 2 chains, which is my first half double crochet, and I'm going to put my hook in the first stitch, and I'm going to work 1 more half double crochet. So by doing this is the same thing as working an increase, 2 half double crochet in the same stitch. Now in the center I'm going to have a total of 9 stitches because I worked 11 foundation chains, and from those 11 I'm using the first and last for increases. So in the center I'm going to have 9 stitches. Okay, so I'm going to work my first one, and on the first stitch I'm going to put a stitch marker. This way I know always which one is my first half double crochet. Okay, so 1, next stitch, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. On the 9th stitch, again, I'm going to attach a stitch marker. So this is what you're always going to do on your center stitches. On the first and the last stitch, you're going to attach a stitch marker. Now I have reached the last stitch right over here, in which I'm going to work an increase, and right here I'm going to have my toes. Now for every size, whatever I'm working on the increases, you're going to apply the same exact steps. So right here in the end, I'm going to work a total of 6 half double crochet in the same stitch. So for all sizes, you're working 6 half double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now, so far we were working on the top side of our foundation chain. Now, by working the 6 half double crochet, my work has turned, and I'm going to work on the bottom side of my foundation chain. Okay. So starting from the first stitch, which is this one over here, I'm going to work my center 9 half double crochet. Okay. So 1, next stitch, 2, and make sure you're not putting your hook right in the center, so you're grabbing all the loops, okay? This is where you want to put your hook right here on this top hole over here, and you're leaving a loop in the bottom. This way you have a nice covered center without big holes in the center of the sole, okay? So I am at my second stitch so far, so 2, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Now what I forgot to do is to attach my stitch markers. So again, on the first stitch, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, on your first and your 9th stitch, attach again your stitch markers because you're going to lose your stitch count. Now, in the last stitch right in here, you're gonna see kind of big of a hole over here. I want to put my hook and work 2 half double crochet in the same stitch. So this right here is the heel, and I want the heel to be a little narrower than I need my toes. So in the toes I have 6 stitches in the same stitch. In the heel I'm going to have only 4, and this applies to all sizes. 1 and 2. Along with the 2 that I worked in the beginning, I have a total of 4 stitches. Now find the chain 2 that you did in the beginning of this row and put your hook in that second chain and work a slip stitch. Okay, so this is how our first row looks like. Now see how kind of my stitch markers are a little off. This happens because we're working half double crochet, and when we're working with half double crochet, because we are taking the yarn through all of the 3 loops of our stitch, this gives the stitch is a lot on the right side, rather than when we're working with single crochet or double crochet. The whole of the stitch is almost right on top of each of our stitches. So it's kind of different when you're working with half double crochet because you're taking through all 3 loops, okay, when you crochet to finish it. So see how much on the side of my stitch, how much on the side the whole of each stitch is, okay? So your stitch markers are going to be off, and as you go through and finish the sole, they're going to be a lot more. So don't be nervous, it's not going to be wrong. This is how it's supposed to look like. So now we're going to start row 2, and I'm going to chain 2, 1, 2, which is my first half double crochet. Now take yarn and put your hook in the same stitch as you worked your slip stitch and work 1 half double crochet. Okay, now the next stitch, please do not get this wrong, okay? I have mentioned in other videos as well that when we work in rounds without turning our work, the hole that belongs to each stitch is the one that is on the top right. So this right here is my next stitch. So this here is the hole that I'm going to need to put my hook into. So put your hook in the next stitch right over here to work 2 more half double crochet. 1, same stitch, 2. Okay. Now take your stitch marker out and work your center 9. So first half double crochet, and again attach your stitch marker. See how I worked my half double crochet and the hole is right here on the right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and my last stitch 9, and I'm going to put my stitch marker again. So for all sizes, whatever I did in the beginning applies the same thing, okay? The increases that I did in the beginning of the row as well as the increases that I'm going to work at this point. So in row 1 we worked 6 half double crochet in the same stitch. In this row we're going to work 2 half double crochet in each of those 6 stitches. So between my stitch markers I'm going to have a total of 12 half double crochet. So starting from the first stitch, 1, 2, next stitch, 3 and 4, next one, 5 and 6, next one, 7, 8, next one, 9, 10, next one, 11, 12. Okay, so I have 12 half double crochet. Now take out your stitch marker and work your center 9 now. So this is the first out of the 9 stitches. So 1, place again your stitch marker. So 1, next stitch, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and my last stitch, 9. Place again your stitch marker, and I'm going to work 2 half double crochet in each of the last 2 stitches, because if you recall, when we worked the 9 stitches in the previous row, then we only worked 2 half double crochet in the end. So I only have 2 stitches left in which we're going to work 2 half double crochet in each stitch. So next stitch, work 2 half double crochet, 1, same stitch, 2, and my last stitch right over here, work 2 half double crochet, 1, same stitch, 2. Now be careful, this right here is not a stitch, this is not your last stitch. This right here is the slip stitch that we work in every row, so do not crochet in this stitch. Now count 2 chains, 1, 2, and put your stitch marker, put your hook and work a slip stitch. Okay, so this is the end of row 2. See, now the stitch markers are more off, and now we're going to start row 3, which is going to be the last row. Now again, chain 2, which is your first half double crochet, grab the yarn, put your hook in the same stitch as the slip stitch and work 1 half double crochet. So this is the same thing as working 2 half double crochet in the same stitch. Now in the next stitch, right over here, next half double crochet, so this right here is the stitch. Please be careful because it's so easy to miss your stitch. Okay, do not put your hook here, but this right here is the first half double crochet, so right here put your hook. And work only 1 half double crochet. In the next stitch, work 2 half double crochet, 1, 2, and in the next stitch work only 1 half double crochet. Now again from the stitch marker, work your center 9, 1, and place again your stitch marker, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, stitch, 9. Now we're going to work the increases for the toes, and again between the stitch markers the same rule applies for all sizes. So in the first stitch we're going to work 1 half double crochet. In the second stitch we're going to work 2 half double crochet. 1 and 2. In the third stitch we're going to work only 1 stitch. In the fourth stitch we're going to work 2 half double crochet. 1, same stitch, 2. Okay, so we are in our 1, 2, 3 in our fourth stitch. In the fifth stitch I'm going to work only 1 half double crochet, and on the sixth and seventh stitches we're going to work 2 half double crochet in both stitches. So 2 half double crochet in our sixth stitch, 1 same stitch, 2 more half double crochet in the seventh stitch, 1 same stitch, 2. In the eighth stitch work 1 half double crochet. In the ninth stitch work 2 stitches, 1 same stitch, 2. On your 10th stitch work 1 half double crochet. Your 11th stitch work 2 half double crochet, 1 same stitch, 2, and in your 12th and last stitch work only 1 half double crochet. Now take out the stitch marker and work your center 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and the last stitch, 9. Place again your stitch marker, and now we're going to work in the last 4 stitches for the row. In the first stitch I'm going to work 1 half double crochet. In the second stitch I'm going to work 2 half double crochet in the same stitch, 1, 2. In the third stitch I'm going to work only 1 half double crochet. And on the fourth and last stitch I'm going to work 2 half double crochet, 1 same stitch, 2. Now again, this is my slip stitch, it's not a stitch, so put your hook in the second chain counting from the bottom to the top and work a slip stitch, chain 1, and this is how our sole looks like at this point. See how my stitch markers are off, and this happens because we're working with half double crochet. I'm going to take out my stitch markers and look what a nice sole we have, nice and perfect. Now from here on you can go ahead and work any pattern for slippers that you want to attach on the sides. We're going to see how to crochet slippers in a next video following these steps, okay? This was a sole for a 9 months old. Now, the steps that we did between the stitch markers, the same exact steps you're going to apply to all sizes. The only different number is going to be your beginning foundation chain, of course, and the center stitches that you're going to have. Now, this was for a size 9, and we have left it, and what we have as a total all around is 48 stitches. All this information is in the chart that I have in the beginning of the video. So in the end, for a 9-month-old, we have a total of 48 stitches all around. The chain 2 is one of the stitches as well. Please be careful. Okay. Now, in order for your slippers to be the same exact size, make sure you crochet both soles at the same time. Once you finish the one, go ahead and start the second one to make your pair. Because if you crochet the one sole and the whole slipper in the one day, and you go ahead and you crochet the second slipper in the second day, you're going to find that even though you have made the same exact stitches, that both slippers have a different size. And this is because you do not remember the strength that you were using as you were crocheting your project. Now, right here, I have the chart for the other sizes as well. So here we worked for a 9 months, sorry, and we worked a total of 11 chains, in which the first and last I used for my increases, and in the center I had a total of 9 stitches. Now for a newborn, I need a total of 6 foundation chains. First and last are going to be used for the increases, and in the center we're going to have 4. For a 3-month-old, we're going to start with 7 chains. First and last are going to be used for the increases, so I'm going to have 5 in the center. For 6 months, we're going to start with 9 stitches, and first and last are going to be used for the increases, so I'm going to have 7 in the center. 9 months we just worked together, and for 12 months I need a total of 13 foundation stitches. First and last are going to be used for the increases, so in the center I'm going to have a total of 11 stitches. And for a newborn, I'm going to have 38 stitches in the end. For a 3-month, I'm going to have 40 stitches, 6 months 44, 9 months 48, the one that we just worked, and for 12 months I'm going to have a total of 52 stitches in the end of the 3rd row. Okay, so this is how you're working your slippers. We have a total of 5 sizes, and this right here, sorry, is going to be the result of your 5 different sizes. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We saw them in the beginning of the video. Okay, so thanks for watching. Please subscribe, and if you like the video, please press like. Leave a comment if you like the video or not. If you found it helpful, it always helps me improve my videos and the information that I give in them. Thanks again. Bye bye.